So, to make a biomorphic drawing, similar to the forms or inspired by the forms that Joan Miro used, I want to think of organic shapes. So, you can also have some squares and rectangles, of course, but kind of these creatures or figures that resemble something from nature without looking exactly like something from nature. I don't have a really strong idea off the bat of what I'm going to make. I just started with a shape. I'm going to put some things that might remind you of an eye. That's going to make this seem more like a creature, even though it's not going to be anything anyone drew before or anything anyone's seen before. Yours should not look like mine. We can also have parts of things that are just a line, right? So maybe I want to thicken that line a little bit, but it doesn't actually have to be a shape. Now I started to have, I made it almost too thick down there, so it does look like a shape, and that's fine too. It just doesn't have to all be shapes. We can have lines that connect different shapes together as well. This looks like I could maybe have a triangular type tail. I could add wings to this yet. Little tiny leaf-like looking wings. So again, yours isn't going to look like mine. And then finding some of those shapes and maybe breaking it up with a pattern. And where we're going to have some negative space, filling that up with designs that don't necessarily have to look like anything. So I could go ahead and make a second creature of some sort. All right. I want it to have one eye, maybe two eyes. I think I'm going to have it, almost looks like an alien head to me now. Like a cartoon alien. And you don't like thousand-leggers. And now I just kind of made this, reminded me of one of those bugs that has so many legs. So kind of just drawing, playing, making shapes, adding things like eyes, feet, wings will also kind of make these look like creatures. So then in spaces that I have left, I could make smaller creatures. I can also make things that look like plants, right? It would be fine to have some plant resemblance, right? Resembles a plant, even though maybe not like one I've ever seen in real life. And I can add patterns and polka dots. And then so for designs, you could start with a circle, have some lines coming out of it, and then put little circles at the ends of those. That could look like a planet or a sun. You can make sure you can see this, marks like an X or a star. I'm thickening some of my lines, and that just kind of draws my eye here and draws my eye here and draws my eye here where my lines are thicker. If I fill this in, right, that's going to become darker and thicker, and then that would be another spot that would stand out. Maybe I decided I need something else out here. Felt it needed a little bit more. So over here, I was going to make an X and just kind of pick where some of the lines are thicker. And then add balls or ovals to the ends of all or some of those. Make this one black with just a little white in the middle. This one's going to be white with black in the middle. And that one I'm going to make really like an oval and leave it plain. So just different lines and designs, decorations to fill up any empty spaces that you have. Now this kind of starts to look like a bird to me, but not, again, not a bird I've ever seen. Give it an eye. All right, and now I've considered most of my paper. Miro used a lot of primary colors, and so we're also going to be using our primary colors to add color and fill in some of these shapes. So red, yellow, and blue, doing my very best coloring. Not everything needs to be colored in, kind of skipping around and spreading, say, my red. If I have a little bit of red here, maybe I'll jump over here and also add some red. And it's okay to leave a decent amount of black and white in our picture as well, but finding some spaces to fill in with these primary colors. So we've kind of made our own coloring page that we can fill in, right, with the primary colors. So everybody's should look quite different because we're all creating something that we've not really seen before. It might be inspired by nature, but we've not actually seen something that looks exactly like it. So I'm excited to see what you come up with, what your unique original ideas of creatures, monsters, plants, critters, just different forms and things that can be created when we're kind of loose with our artwork. I didn't overthink it. All right, I would add more color, but I want you to have the time now to work on your own.